You gotta get out of here today. You got games today?
No, I don't got games today. I got practice. I got to be there at 12 because we have like a little like team kangaroo court thing going on today. So like we got to give people some fines and stuff like that.
Oh shit! How you throwing me back, bro? Oh my god, the amount of times I got fined my freshman year were crazy.
Dude, it's hilarious. It's actually like the funniest thing you can imagine.
Bro, I got fined once. I'm not gonna get into the details, but I got fined once for like basically my entire Snapchat, like my stories and stuff like that, like everything. That, they were like, "Yo," they just like started showing videos of it, and they were like, "This shit gotta go," and I was like, "Yep."
Yo, so like, are we? What kind of players are we using? Are we trying to genuinely win, or are we just whatever you want?
Whoever you want to bring, bro. I don't care. We can win with anybody.
That's 100% true. So when was it? Yesterday, we played away, and I get back home. I get to the field, and I get back in the car, and you don't understand how happy I was when I saw that they took out shrinkage, bro.
I got a voicemail from my boy because I was at dinner. I wasn't looking at the stream, and I was like, "There's no shot they walk those two things back in the same segment." I'm like, "That is crazy." It's actually sick though. Good for them. But I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, no, it honestly does take a lot for them to be like, and we were wrong.
Especially, dude, pre-release, like before the games even come out, and you guys are like, "Yeah, we might have made a mistake here." Like that's actually it.
Like fixes the game because I mean, if you really look at it, like Manny Ramirez is one of the greatest players ever, like to ever touch the game of baseball, and the fact that like people don't use him because they hate the shrinkage, like, is crazy.
Yeah,
you know, like that part to me is nuts because, you know, I mean, you play the game a bunch and it's like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna use Manny, but and then you start losing because you face a guy who all they do is just throws slider, like, and it's not fun losing.
No, that's
terrible.
So
like, I can't blame people for, like, you know, going switch hitter. So
100%. It's just not. You feel like you have no choice at that point.
Yeah. Good morning, Chev. Hey, Victor Jr. Your dad is still beloved here in Detroit. Oh man, that's awesome. I love Detroit so much. I love it. You know what's funny was what is it? Because my dad's coaching in the WBC.
That's a good way to put it.
So what was it, like 2 days ago? He FaceTimed me in the clubhouse, and Miggy was like right next to him, and we just like I haven't seen Miggy since 2018, the year that my dad retired, and it was so cool catching up with him and all that kind of stuff.
Is Mig playing, or is he just coaching, or what is he? Because he's probably
Miggy's the hitting coach for Team Venezuela.
Dude, I feel like he could probably, like, he's obviously out the league, but like he retired, but I feel like he could still be valuable to the team, you know? But I don't know.
Oh no, for sure. But I mean, at the end of the day, like they're trying. Yeah, they're stacked. I don't think, you know, like Miggy's just a lot older.
Pretty damn good hitting coach. Tell you that much. Jesus Christ.
Nah, unreal. The thing is, I was actually talking about this like with some of my friends. Like,
oh my Lord.
Miggy, you know, that was ridiculously so. Miggy is like was so good, right? Like by himself that like I don't know if he could teach what he did. You know what you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, some stuff that
is so God-given talent that it's yeah.
Yeah, talking about what he used to do, like trying to make it make sense to somebody. It's like, well, I don't think everyone's able to do that. You know what I'm saying, Mig? Like no one had that kind of, like the way he was able to move his hands around and go with every single pitch and just bat to ball skill. It's like Tony Gwynn trying to teach people how to make contact. It's like, okay, yeah, you could talk about it, but
yeah, like there's no way Miggy was getting shrinkage, dude.
Did Victor Jr. ever meet Maglio Ordonez?
Yes, I did. I'm actually, I was really good friends with his son, Maglito. The thing is, I just haven't seen him in years and years. But yeah, no, Maglio's super cool, dude.
He's such a dog. I wish he was in the game. I don't know, maybe he is. We don't know. But he was a demon, just a hitter, dude. No way.
Oh my
no way they
gosh,
turn two.
What?
He's out.
Let's go. Seeger slow with it.
It was at Prince Fielder, Jaden Fielder, and Haven Fielder. It was all of us like running that 24/7, and it was so much fun.
That's such a core memory. Oh my God.
I was Chef. I think I told you I was homeschooled from what was it, first grade all the way to my second semester of my freshman year of high school, so I could be with my dad. I literally had a locker right next to his. My locker was next to Justin Upton one year, Nick Castellanos, Johnny Peralta, Rajay Davis. Like, it was so cool.
That's sick, dude. Oh my lord. Oh my lordy. Boys, I'm telling you, he's nice. He's nice. You're going to be seeing him a lot. Playing a lot of Legend this year. No shrinkage too? But to eat. Are they gone? No way they're gone, bro. Oh my god. There's no way. First in it. This is why co-op is it's interesting because people will be out. I mean, okay, 350 rated. All right. So would you say like if a player, right, say sign a contract like 3 years in an area, is it more customary for them to just up and move their family to that new city, or and like they'll come to most home games, but like they're obviously not making most road trips, or do they just kind of leave their family wherever you, like say you move to Florida, that's where you're at, your family's in Florida, then you sign a deal in Boston or LA, would you just up and move again, or you're like whatever, we'll just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough. I don't know. I feel like that is something that you have to consider. It's probably factoring big into negotiations.
Yeah, no, it depends. It depends mostly because usually guys will get homes where their spring training is at, right? Like guys usually tend to live more in Arizona and in Florida, also because of the weather.
Oh,
right?
It's beautiful
like,
there.
Yeah, like that's what I have really noticed more of. Guys tend to live more in Arizona and stuff like that. But for example, like D'Angelo Ortiz, like David Ortiz and all of them, like they had a house in Boston. Like they had a house and they lived in Boston, everything. And then once David retired, they actually sold the house to another Red Sox player who's playing right now. I don't want to give out his name just in case if you know.
W no docs.
They moved to Miami.
Also, another thing, I would imagine, right, in your case too, if you're gonna have a family, right, and then he's gonna have sons and assume they're gonna play ball and he wants to get his work in, you're more likely to move to somewhere where it's warm, where like in the off season or any time where you can get your work in, like, and not be in a cold area. Like say you move to, like, you have a place in Jersey. There's gonna be a bunch of time in the, like a lot of time in the year where you can't just go outside and get work unless you have an indoor place. Maybe you want to say somewhere warm. Oh, we're getting hoed. But that's interesting. Yeah, the spring training spots too. That's probably, and I noticed a lot of players speaking about like the DR, like Dominican players, like they still live in the DR. Like they don't move. Like I think, doesn't Vladdy Jr. live in the DR?
Vladdy Jr. has a house in DR, but he lives in Tampa.
Oh, he lives. Right. Oh, well, I thought he goes home. Yeah, for like the.
He like he'll go home, but he trains in Tampa because that's where Dunedin is at. Oh, good swing. Like that's where their spring training is at in Dunedin. Like think about it, you get very limited time like being home. So if you could get those extra few months at home, like during spring training.
Yeah, I never thought about that. You want a little extra time.
Yeah, for sure. Imagine my dad. We live in Orlando, and Lakeland, where the spring training is for the Tigers, is 45 minutes away. And my dad drove 45 minutes every single day.
What was your favorite part about being around everything? Like, what was something that like maybe people don't think about? Like, obviously, if we're assuming, like, just trying to imagine what it would be like growing up in a pro environment like that, we would get on the field, have some fun. But what's something that we don't know, that we wouldn't think about, that was kind of cool?
Genuinely, like, you know, you see people on TV, right? Like, you know, you see Miggy, you see my dad, you see how they are, but like they're genuine human beings at the end of the day too. And being inside the clubhouse was the biggest blessing that I could ever see. You know, like my first football game that somebody ever took me to and taught me everything I know about football was Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer was like another dad to me in the clubhouse.
That's sick.
And like that stuff is super cool. Like, you know, I mean, think about it. They spend more time with each other than they do with their actual families. Like my wow. All right.
These guys it?
Oh wow. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to lock in.
All-Star Demons. And no, like, you know, they spend more time with each other than they do with their family, so they get really, really close. And one thing that was honestly super cool was that since I was in there, I was basically the kid of everyone. You know, like everybody did everything with me. Like during rain delays, you know, guys were playing cards. In Detroit, they had a little mini basketball hoop, ping pong table. And one crazy story was in 2016, it was Chris Archer versus Justin Verlander. We were playing in Tropicana Field. Usually, day games, teams don't hit BP out on the field. Usually, right? So like if a game is at 1 o'clock, like guys will usually get to the field, like around what? I mean, my dad usually got there at 8 in the morning, right? Like eat breakfast.
That's early. I like it.
If he had to lift weights, he do it like Nike.
Can't throw that.
You
can't throw that. You can't throw that. You can't throw that.
do it like Nike. And so like the field was always empty. Point is, like for 1 o'clock games, Chev, we would play the most unreal wiffle ball games and everything. All right, so but that specific day, right? It was okay. So it was me, and I brought like 2 of my friends. The trainer had his 4 boys. So I think somebody's kid. Also, I can't remember off the top of my head. Point is, we were like 7 deep, or right. And usually, like when we do that, we'll do like a 4-on-4, 3-on-3, whatnot. When we go out to go play, the Tampa Bay Rays also have like the same amount of kids as we do. And we're like, oh my God, it's raps. Like Tampa Bay Rays versus the Detroit Tigers, like World Series. Like, but it was just us kids, right? And Chev, we end up. Sorry, I'm not even focusing.
No, you're good, bro. Who cares? We're gonna
win. We ended up playing like a series against each other, and we were so locked in out there in center field. Like this was around like 9 a.m. right? 9 a.m. We go out there. The game's at 1, and the Detroit Tigers at that time had a rule of like an hour before the game, like you have to leave, right? Like leave the clubhouse. And nothing. That was super understandable. Like, nothing to it. And Chev, but we got and I guess the Tampa Bay Rays also had that rule, right? Because we got so locked in that Chev, people started pulling up. Like, I mean, they started letting fans into the stadium. It was like 11:30, and we're still playing, but we're not really like, we don't really care, and we're just playing and playing and playing and playing.
Damn,
and
that's actually sick.
Out of nowhere, like we were so focused into the game that when we look out to the right field line and to the left field line, Chris Archer and Verlander, so mind you, the time was like 12:30, 12:25, and they start walking out to warm up, and we all shit ourselves.
Yeah, no one checked the time.
Like, oh my God, nobody checked the time, and we all just ran off the field. It was the funniest thing ever, and that to me was one of the coolest things. I mean, I can't tell you how many cool things. Like, how do you say, when the Tigers celebrated and clinched, I was in those celebrations. Because they actually didn't. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Bad swing, bro. Gotta be more perfect. More perfect there, dude. That's how you do it.
Yeah, they didn't actually use champagne. They were using apple cider vinegar. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So like, I was allowed to be in the clubhouse for that.
So wait, quick question. So Sean asks, what he says actually, he said, when your dad retired, the Tigers gave him a cowboy hat, a saddle with the Tigers logo on it, since he has a ranch in Florida. I think they also gave him a Tigers themed recliner as well. Is this true?
Yes, it is.
Sean knows his shit. That's actually fire. And you guys, I know you like horses. You guys have horses.
Yes. My dad has a few race horses. We qualified in the year of COVID for the Kentucky Derby. We won a race called the Tampa Bay Derby. My dad. So like, imagine being in all those clubhouses, right? Like for the Kentucky Derby, for everything, they do bets. And my dad always said like he was gonna go to the Kentucky Derby. He was gonna own a racehorse. He was gonna be the next Triple Crown winner. And they never they never believed him. Like Anibal Sanchez, they always clowned him. They're like, that shit's never gonna happen, Victor, blah blah blah. So like when my dad did that, like they all called him and they're like, dude, like that shit would only happen to you. Like it's unbelievable. And
Victor, do you have any contact with the other players' kids you came up with? Ask Sancho.
Oh my gosh, yeah. D'Angelo Ortiz, one of my best friends. Jaden and Haven. I never, oh my God,
Can't throw that there.
Do it.
Not the big Vladdy.
Yeah, I never got around to really talking to like Jackson, Holiday, or any of them, because like their pops were always in the National League. So like I never went, especially at that time where like now you play against every single team, but at that time it was that wasn't a thing. Maybe go to Dodger Stadium once out of like 4 years.
Okay, so first asks, he wants to know, I don't know if this is too personal now, but he says, when you guys were in Cleveland, where did y'all stay? I'm assuming general area. He's probably from around there. Yeah, obviously don't, like, I don't know if that's personal information, but like, I don't know exactly. I don't know shit about Ohio, Cleveland at all.
No, I would tell you because we don't live there anymore.
Right, yeah.
If I text the thing is that my dad's at the field right now. But I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Obviously, we know your dad is going to be number one on the list of your favorite players. But when you're growing up, other than your pops, who was your favorite player? Did you have a favorite player, or did you like you were just around them all, so it was like too tough to pick from Uncle One or Two? You know what I'm saying? That's a bomb. Holy shit.
I would probably tell you Miggy only because I saw him every day. Yeah, probably Miggy.
It's like your Barry
Bonds. Also fun to watch. I was super cool. I was super cool with Trout when I was younger. So when was it? In 2014. I go, like, mind you, and like I'm well known. That's why my name is what it is, Little Vic. Like, I'm known around the league as Little Vic. Like from everyone that Little Vic.
Right.
So I go out to watch. Oh my gosh.
I'm feeling it, bro. I just feel good. A couple days off, and now I'm here hitting 494 with Masayo.
What? That's crazy. So there was. I go out. They went to go play in Anaheim, and I went West Coast trip. And I go out to go. I usually said what's up to all the players because they knew me, right? They knew me. I go out to watch the Angels VP, and Trout sees me, and he's like, "Little Vic, what's up?" Him and Pujols, and they asked me. They were like, him and Trout and Pujols. They tell me like, "Little Vic, let's make a deal right now. I'll give you a signed bat." Batting gloves, glove, whatever you want. And me, so one thing as a kid that I always did, I always collected gloves from players. Like that's the one thing. I have so many gloves from players that you would never think of.
So batting gloves or fielding gloves, like actual batting gloves?
No,
or?
Fielding gloves. No,
oh, yeah, the whole thing.
Fielding gloves.
Damn.
The whole thing. Yeah, the whole thing. That's something that when I was a little kid, I wanted from everyone. I wanted that, and I told Mike, I'm like, Mike, like, I'll take a glove, and he goes, all right, but you got to do this. He wanted me to go inside the clubhouse and wear an Angels hat in our clubhouse, and I was like, no, you're seriously gonna trolling me, man, trolling me. And I'm like, nah, you're joking. And he was like, hey, if you want a glove, like, I'll do it. So I had to take Trout's hat, and I had to go inside and find my dad, and like he had to see me with the Angels hat on. And I'm looking for him. And I'm like, where is this guy at? And I go into the the cage. All the position players are there because they had a hitters meeting. And I'm like, fuck, they're all gonna see me with this hat on. And my dad was like, yo, where were you at? And I put the hat on, and I'm like, hey, just for reference, like Mike and Pujols, they made me do this. And my dad just started laughing. He was like, oh, tell him to give him his shit back. But it was hilarious. And that's how I ended up getting and that's how I ended up getting Trout's glove, which was so funny.
That's sick. Trout's playing mental warfare with the opposing team by weaponizing the Suns. That's actually genius. I feel like that's something with Trout. Like, I feel like that's cool to hear because everyone always says that Major League Baseball doesn't do enough with marketing Mike Trout. They never did. And like Mike's been pretty much like, I would say, blue collar with how he approaches the game. Like, he's just there to get business done. He's not like super flashy. He just kind of does his job. It's cool to hear a little bit of his personality come out. It's nice to hear that shit.
He's awesome. Here's the thing, like, so many people turn on their TVs, right, and they think the player is what they are on TV, right, and like they turn on the TV and it's 7 o'clock game, and that's what they are. Like, nah, like that's why I said what I said. Like, they're actual human beings at the end of the day too, and he's one of the nicest human beings you will ever meet. Like,
that's what everyone says about him who's interacted with him, that he's just a nice guy.
Yeah, no,
what is happening? We gotta get a new pitcher. These guys are just they're just lobbing it over. Ugh.
Nah, and Arietta's all right in this game.
Yeah, that's cool to hear. The players, I don't know. I guess with social media now, you could market yourself if you really wanted to, but I can't imagine Trout posting like TikToks and shit, you know?
No, but also think about how many players have how do you say, their stuff ran by their managers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's not actually them.
Do a lot of players have like PR people, like personal PR people, or they just operate through the team?
Oh my gosh. No. Personal PR people. You like I don't personally know Aaron Judge, but I don't think Aaron Judge is like running his Instagram. I think it's somebody else. But it's not just him. You'd be surprised how many players have their own personal Instagram that nobody knows about.
I would imagine you'd want to keep it somewhat personal, you know, have your own place. Oh, let's go. When your job is to be playing in front of millions on TV and then thousands in person, you kind of want a little bit of a moment to yourself. Especially if you want to focus on like baseball, which is like a sport of failure. You're literally broadcasting your failure multiple times a night or a day if it's a day game. That's got to be a lot. Katie has a burner. Yeah, Katie does have a burner. Maybe there are some pro baseball players who got burner accounts that tweet about umpires. Maybe.
Does Vic know Machado? Machado as in Manny Machado, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Dude, yeah, no. Manny Machado, Manny Machado has given me 3 gloves. He's the GOAT.
How many gloves do these guys carry on them? Did they walk in there with I would assume one, their game one, and then another one as a backup. Do they got 3?
Chev. Like, guys like Manny Machado, like, he probably, like, genuinely has, like, a year he probably gets, whatever he wants. So it's probably, like, I don't know. They can get whatever they want, like, 20, 30, like, 30 gloves, 40
yeah, from
gloves,
the sponsor
especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, unreal. And especially Manny, who's won a gold glove, yeah, no, like, if he asks for whatever he wants.
Yeah, if you're Rawlings, like if you're sponsored by them, like what you're basically doing is you're a walking advertisement for them. You're literally promoting their product. People see Manny Machado making plays in a Rawlings glove or whatever he has. They're like, Dad, I want that glove. Get me that glove. It's just as simple as that.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
My dad would always give me shit. He was like, yo, why are you always getting gloves? And like, are you always asking for them? And I was like, no, I'm never asking for them. Like, I just, when I was little, I'd always say your glove is really, you're on one, dude.
Nah, don't be fooled. That swing was cat shit. I don't know why. They just blessed me on that one. My first ever jersey was the Victor Martinez Tigers one. Look at that, bro. Look at that.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Here's a good question. What's his favorite postseason moment when his father went to the playoffs? Maybe that one. I don't know. That's definitely memorable. The one with Valverde.
Dude, the thing is that, like, I've had some moments with my pops of where, like, where it's happened twice. So in 2011, where him and I both went by ourselves for Game 5, and in 2013 when we went to Oakland for Game 5, that was like being with him, like was so cool. My dad's my best friend. Like, I'd be lying to you if I told you like he wasn't. So getting, like, those are stuff that, I will never forget ever in my life. And that's something that, like, God willingly, I get to live that with my own child, like me playing hopefully one day in the show. Cause like hey
Ty, thanks for 11 months.
I went to high school, like at a Montverde Academy, like a really big athletic high school. And like, it was some of the most fun I've ever experienced in my life. Like, very, very different also. But I will say, like, I will never trade being homeschooled for a day in my life, because like what I got to live in that clubhouse, like, experience, like, is something that, like, every kid, like, genuinely wishes, like, I in a sense almost literally was a big leaguer because I had my own locker. I went on the field to practice. The only thing that I was genuinely missing was actually taking an AB out there on the field. Like, that was the only thing that I was missing.
I would imagine too, like, being homeschooled, but in this case, because your dad does what he does or did what he did, like, it allowed you to be closer to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the alternative was like you wouldn't be there. So like, that's why it was probably nice. So when you're playing ball, like when you were playing ball, so obviously you learn from your pops and you're going to get the comparisons. Literally, your name is his name, Junior. That's obvious. But what is something that separates your particular game from your dad? Is there anything that's different about you as how you play the game that's not like something that we would know about him? Like, do you just play a little differently, the style? I know you're a switch hitter, right?
Dude, like, no. We're like, honestly, like, it's funny because I literally got a comp like that.
Shout out to 36 3 years. Oh my god. That's how it is?
That's what it was. Yeah, because I mean, I'm a switch hitter.
Mm-hmm.
I play first and I catch. And yeah, like that was literally the comp, and I just started laughing, and I was like, oh shit.
So how much of that do you think is because like genetics versus how much of that is your dad taught you? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that would be innately like who you are, even if he didn't coach you as much? Or do you think a lot of that is because you had him as your teacher? Obviously, anybody to teach you how to switch hit, he'd be a great fucking candidate for that.
So I started switch hitting when I was 4 because I thought it was normal because it's something that he did. I hit just like him. If you see my swings, like I hit just like him. But he never, first of all, my dad never put me to, start switch hitting or hit like me. Like it was something that like, I just thought it was normal. Like, cause if my dad did it, like I'm going to do it. Like it's funny because last year, during Christmas break, I have a cage at the house. And we were hitting, and my dad was trying to explain something to me that I couldn't really understand, right? And like, mind you, I hit just like him, but I don't know what he thought. I don't know what he thinks. Oh my God, that ball's gone. Unreal.
That's man strength, Ozzy. Jesus.
But I would go off of like what I saw, right? So like I didn't actually know like what he would think. And it wasn't until like him and I were like in the cage, and I am just like I am trying to figure something out, and I can't. And I was like, yo, and I told him, I was like, dog, I need you to step into the cage with me and hit. And mind you, my dad hadn't hit in like, at that point, like probably like a year and a half, 2 years. He hopped in the cage with me, and like he actually went like step by step on like what he thought, what he did, like, mechanically wise. And like, now more than ever, I actually like hit just like him, and it's funny. It's funny because I've played against I played against Hanley Ramirez's son this year, and I've also played against Alfonso Soriano's son, and I thought like it was just me, but dude, like their sons also hit just like their pop.
That's crazy how that works. I just saw a question actually that I think is really interesting. So Meow asks, does he try to mirror his swings, or does he see either side, lefty or righty? Like, do you see him as two different swings?
Two different swings. They seem similar, but they're really not. Like it's two different swings.
Do you have that thing that I noticed that a lot of switch hitters in the pros have, especially if they're naturally a righty, so to speak, where the right-handed swing is one-handed while the left-handed swing is two-handed? Do you have that? I noticed that a lot. I don't know why that is.
To be honest with you, like it's something that I started noticing last year. But I tend to notice that like when I'm feeling good, like from both sides, it'll like I'm finishing with two hands.
Interesting, because you noticed that, right? Like Beltran was like that.
Yeah.
Ozzy Alves is like that.
Absolutely.
Reyes was like that. Chipper was like that. A lot of these switch hitters, Lindor does it too. From the left side, they finish with two hands, but righty, they have the one-handed. I don't even know how that works. I mean, I've tried swinging righty, bro, and like I'll hit the ball, but shit, it is ugly, and there's nowhere like the power is where I see. You see it with the pros, like they usually have a power side. It's just harder to generate. Do you have would you have a power side, or is it like you find yourself to be even?
Okay, so if you were to ask me to do a home run derby, I'd do it left-handed, right?
Interesting.
Like I would do a home run derby left-handed. I'm a natural righty, but I would do it left-handed. But right, like this year, right? I've hit 5 homers, and 3 of them have been righty, 2 have been lefty. But last year I hit 11 homers, right? And only 1 of them was right-handed.
Interesting. But I'd also imagine you're getting much more at bats left-handed. Because there's just less lefty pitchers, right?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. So like when I was younger, my dad always made me, like when I was super little, he made me like hit 1 at bat righty, 1 at bat lefty, 1 at bat righty, 1 at bat lefty. Only because like you never see left-handed pitchers really, like, and especially at a young age, like I never, right? And it wasn't until I got to like 12U, right, that I saw like a really good breaking ball. like, and I fell to the ground, like on a
Weak in the
breaking ball,
knees.
and weak in the knees, and after that I stopped doing that. I was like, I can't do that.
Okay, so when you play other, like you mess around, play other sports, do you feel like you're a little more adept? Like, do you play basketball at all? Like, have you ever, like, you play a little bit of ball?
Yeah.
So could
I
you go lefty righty with layups and stuff like that?
No, not really. Like, cause basketball something, but I do play tennis and I do play golf. Golf, I've never tried to swing left-handed, but tennis, like it comes a bit easier for me because like you swing left-hand, like I swing left-handed, so that to me is like normal. My backhand is like on the left, so that's.
So you do have a backhand?
Yeah.
Okay, because I played a little bit of tennis growing up too, and my coach was trying to get me to have double forehands because he noticed I was good enough with my right hand to not have to use a lefty backhand most of the time. And that was fun.
Double forehands is nuts.
Yes,
that's a different kind of talent.
It was fun, dude. Tennis is really fun.
That's freaking awesome. You watch tennis or no?
Not that much, but if it's on, like if it's on a TV, I will watch. I find it very entertaining.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
And I love, me and my pops love tennis. My dad, that's the only thing he does right now. Tennis.
Really? Does he like swing? Does he swing at all, or like does he take some?
Absolutely not.
Really? It's because he doesn't want to, or like it just doesn't come up.
No, he doesn't want to. That like the only time he'll swing is like if when we're hitting and he genuinely wants to show me something. Like so, like when my dad worked with the Blue Jays, dude, I got really annoyed at him once because he put the machine. We were hitting on the field. I think it was last year in spring training, and he put the machine at genuinely like 1,000,000 miles per hour, for no reason, with real hard baseballs on the field, and I was really annoyed because I'm like, dog, like what are we doing? What's the point of this? And I couldn't do what he wanted me to do, but that machine was just hurting my hands, and what was really annoying about it was that like he got annoyed and was like, yo, like give me the bat, and genuinely hit a ball like out of the field, and I was like, all right,
oh my, he said give me that shit, let me show you how it's done. Yeah. That's interesting. I'd be curious to pick his mind. Maybe you could speak on his behalf just a little bit. So is there anything that's different? It hasn't been so long since he's retired, but is there anything different about today's game that maybe he likes or doesn't like how the way analytics have evolved, like in the way that that's happened? Does he mention any of that shit to you?
Yeah, everything. First of all, we can get my dad one time for everyone, we just gotta plan it accordingly. But yeah, no, I talked to him about it, and he said he would love to come on stream and talk to you guys, take
that'd be
questions
awesome.
and whatnot. But no, with him, first of all, like all the analytics and stuff, like now it's a little bit more in depth, but that stuff has always been in the game. Now there's just an iPad, as to before it was all in paper, right? Like that stuff's always been in the game. But obviously, like guys throw a lot harder now. As they did before. There are a lot more throwers than there are pitchers.
It would be sick, man. It would be sick.
But like, there's a bunch of analytical stuff that he doesn't agree with because, just like, there's the human element of the game that you can't replicate. Like, a computer isn't gonna know, like, just because like so and so, let's just say, sucks through the lineup through the first, or he's really really good. Excuse me. The first time through the lineup, and then the second time through the lineup, like he's not so good, but he goes out there. Like a good example was in 2023 when the Blue Jays made the playoffs and they lost to the Twins. Barrios was absolutely shoving. Like I think he had a no hitter through the first how do you say it? Through the first time, like through the order, had a no hitter, and then he gets like the first out of the leadoff hitter, and then he gets, I can't exactly remember, but then they got a base hit, and then they took him out of the game because they didn't trust him. Supposedly, the analytics said that
that's when he blows up. Like that's the numbers
like
say.
That, or yeah, they didn't want that, and that completely backfired him. Like no, like first of all, you pay. I mean, Jose Barrios, like you literally paid him like the X amount of money that you did.
That's the big dog. Like he's a big dog. He's got to get in there and get the innings. That's the thing about pitching now. People are very critical of starting pitchers and how deep they go into games. It's a very common talking point. There's just not any complete games anymore. And to be honest, it's not really anywhere close. Like They're sort of becoming a job now, like a listing for relievers, where it's like a bridge guy. Like you're almost getting a dedicated 5th, 6th to 7th guy, or a 6th to 7th guy, where they're pitching 2 innings. Like you're kind of getting, and then you get to the setup and the closer. Like they're sort of filling this middle spot because of the lack of innings being eaten by starters, and then those pitch counts and all these other things. But that's definitely something. And for a question for you personally as a ball player, is there anything that's like a baseballism or a common thing in ball that you just don't like, that like rubs you the wrong way, that you like, you dissent from the crowd? Like this is like something that you have a unique take on. I'd be curious to know like how you approach the game, or you just pretty much like you a legacy baller, like you don't mind it being the way that it is. Like how do you feel about ABS?
I think ABS is cool. You want to know why? And my dad said this also. You know how many times like an umpire will get a call wrong, right? Mm-hmm. And for an example, my dad has gotten tossed twice in his career for a game, right? And the stuff that the umpires say back to the players is crazy.
Oh, now you got to elaborate on this. I need to know.
And like it is crazy. Like, they say some, like it's the heat of the moment, like
right, you get beef.
And like it's the heat of the moment, and they say some crazy stuff back to the players, and the players think the umpires genuinely think they're, I mean, they're not going to be perfect,
right.
like and there's also an absolutely amount of hitters that also get it wrong, that think it's a ball, and it's like right down the middle.
Yeah.
But like, for example, my dad got tossed in Minnesota, and it was a ball. Like it was a ball. And the umpire said something really bad that my dad just got like rubbed off the complete wrong way, right? But here's where ABS is fire. You know how awesome it is, like in my opinion, for the umpire to get completely embarrassed in front of 40,000 people when they get something wrong.
That's the thing
genuinely
people talk
thinking
about.
That they're right.
People think that umpires, like, in some cases, need to be humbled a little bit. That's what I've seen.
100%. Like simply because of like OhChev, like there have been some instances of where umpires have said really bad stuff, and then you see the players blow up. Don't get it twisted. There's some players that have a horrible reputation, right? Horrible reputation of just being bad players, bitch about everything. But there's also the umpires that have not been good either.
We played mostly PlayStation guys, Jake. It's on.
They like that stuff evens out. Now all that stuff is gonna get evened out. Like of where if they like then the umpire, like when was it? Did you see what is it called? I think it was the second spring training game. It was Pittsburgh and the Red Sox, and the umpire literally like he called strikes or balls, vice versa, and they challenged on him 4 times or 5 times, and he literally got it wrong. Like,
yeah, it was early in the game too.
Yeah, don't get it wrong. Like umpires are humans too. They're gonna make mistakes, right? But like that's good for them, like to essentially, like see out there and like, damn, like I gotta be better.
Right.
I genuinely do have to be better, because you can't just call strikes and balls whenever essentially you feel like it.
Okay, now this would be a fun trivia question though. Speaking along the lines of ejections and your dad getting tossed twice, do you think he remembers the 2 umpires who threw him out of the game? If
you know what's crazy is I think one of them was Marty Foster, right? That's the name of the guy. Mm-hmm. But what's crazy was in 2023, my in that exact series of the playoffs with the Blue Jays and Toronto, my dad, it was in the tunnel. He was talking to Gregor Blanco or Henry Blanco, one of the 2 like Venezuelans that play in the big leagues, right? And oh shit, did we just mercy roll?
Yeah, they got smoked. You got time for one more before we...
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
cool,
no.
cool.
I got a lot of time. Don't worry.
All right, cool.
I got a lot of time. I'm right next to the field, so it was my dad, Henry Blanco or Gregor Blanco, one of the 2, and there was this other guy, like, and it was just them 2 having a conversation, and they were talking, and then my dad literally looks at the guy, and he can't, like, he seems familiar, but he can't really make it up. Mm-hmm. And it was the umpire that tossed him. I can't remember if it was I can't remember which one of the umpires it was. And then the umpire looked at him and he goes, yeah, it was me. My dad would give me a hug, like, and they were like, it's part of the game, like the heat of the moment for both umpires, players, like nobody really means it. Some people get, it does get out of hand, but they don't really mean it. Everybody's just competing.
Yeah. You get sometimes you get into it with friends. Like you guys are playing competitive sports too. Like, but it's like you get into it because you're getting chippy, but it's not like personal. You don't. For most, I would imagine most of the time it's not personal. Maybe sometimes it is.
Exactly. And like they just started talking and they were laughing and whatnot and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like super cool.
I'd imagine your pop's got a couple Angel Hernandez games, right?
Yeah, he was not good at all. I actually, like, I asked him too. I was like, yo, like, was he actually that bad? And he goes, Vic, yeah, no, it was like he was not good.
And I also think he probably has a unique perspective too because of being a catcher. Like you have a knowledge of the strike zone beyond many other players, at least a little bit more, right? So like that probably pissed him off extra. That
and the fact that like my dad genuinely did have like an unreal eye. Like I actually told him the other day. Like I told him the other day on the phone. I'm like, dude, when you're a kid and you grow up, right, and like I was used to my dad being a big leaguer, like like I was like that's the only thing I knew. Like I grew up and like my dad being a big leaguer, that was the only thing I knew. And it wasn't until the other day where like I genuinely told my dad, I'm like, yo, I didn't realize like how good you were until now. Like
good appreciation for it.
I play at like one of the top JUCOs like in the country, right? I play at a college of Central Florida, which Nate Pearson came out of, and
oh shit,
it's really like our level, like for like my program, it's comparable to mid-major. Like we've played D1s and beat them, right? So like this is my last year here, like, and we're really good. But I told my dad, I'm like, dude, like the fact that you struck out, what was it, 42 times in 2014, 500 something at bats or whatever it was, while hitting 30 homers and hitting 335, like that's not normal, bro.
That
and
is
he started
not
laughing on the he started laughing on the phone. He was like, haha, sorry about it.
That's actually hilarious, bro. Tell him that's not normal because it's not normal, and that's something you're not really seeing too much of now. Batting average is falling, but I have my own theories on that. I think pitchers are getting too gross. Way too many pitchers are throwing 99 to 100 with like 5 pitches. That was super uncommon, even like 10 years ago, to have guys throwing more than 3-4 pitches, especially with the velo. Now it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, for sure. But nowadays, like I guess they don't really care about the strikeouts anymore. Not as much. Like they care about it, but not like how it used to be. Like before, like if you strike out like as much as you did, like that was just not not in your favor whatsoever. This is where like you have to have balance, right? Because okay, like what my dad was having, dude, I talked to my dad so much like about baseball and everything. Like the Detroit Tigers, right? Well, when he played on them, they were an unreal hitting team.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't know what team was. I think 2014's team was unreal because it was Alex Avila catching, Miggy at first, Ian Kinsler at second, Iglesias at short. But I think it was Eugenio Suarez, right? Eugenio Suarez was at short because he got brought up with Detroit. Nick Castellanos at third, JD Martinez in left when JD Martinez became JD Martinez, Torrey Hunter in right, and like Rajay Davis in center. Excuse me. Besides Rajay Davis, and I think Rajay Davis got hurt that year, nobody could really run, right? So, like, they had to get essentially 4 singles to score 1 run.
And you're playing in a big park, so, like, you have to drive the ball further.
And you're playing in a graveyard, right?
Yes.
And you're playing in a graveyard. So that was, like, really, really tough, right? To win a game like that. But then you look at the Toronto Blue Jays, dude. Like this past year, like they played the game the right way, and they were an inch away from winning the world. Like their team was properly built, like, and they played very well. Like when you needed a homer, you could get it out of Bo, Vlad, Springer, right? But then when you genuinely needed a base hit, you had Ernie Clement, you had Nathan Lukes. Like that's a full complete team.
They really had great roster construction. Like they had roles
They
filled.
did.
That was such an interesting series to watch, man. Just watching that unfold.
It was heartbreaking. That would have been my dad's first World Series ring.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, he was actually like it sucked. Like that brought back the pain, dude, from all those times that we lost in Detroit. It was, oh my Lord.
Timmy boy.
Oh my
my
gosh, dude, he's really good.
He's unreal. All right, but now, okay, so you gave me your dad's perspective. I want to know, as someone who's playing now and you're developing and you're trying to make your push to the big leagues, what is your approach towards this stuff? Do you have like what are you prioritizing? Are you prioritizing, like, are you getting really specific with it, like launch angle, bat speed through the zone, all this other stuff? Or are you just like, let me just hit the fucking ball, dude. Let me just hit the ball well, stay smooth.
There's, launch angle, I guess, and everything and all that analytics. If you hit 300 with 20 homers and you drive in 90, 100, trust me, the analytics have nothing to do with it. like it's not, nobody's going to care what you're doing. Like, obviously, like, the striking out and everything and blah, 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 but.
So, like, you're not really, dude, you're not concerned with that in the day-to-day?
I'm just like, my focus is being a good hitter and driving the baseball. Like, for me personally.
Okay. Oh, Meow says he's talking to you. You played my brother a couple weeks ago. He's a right fielder from State College of Florida.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, wait. Can you ask, boss, what's your brother's name? What's your name? Yeah, no, I actually had not trying to, but I had a really good series against SCF. They're a good team too.
Well, how good we talking? Like, a little, a couple home runs?
Yeah. I went deep. I had like,
let's go,
two or three doubles that series, a homer. It was a good series for me. They won the series though. They have a really good team. A father and son Vic card would be clutch, dude. You know how sick that would be? Like, I think I hope when I get into pro ball, hopefully this year or next year, I get my own 99 card. That would be so sick.
I would imagine it'd be easy for you. I can't imagine they're gonna give you any pushback on that. Good swing. Little capper. You gotta tell them to juice you. Make you a two-way just for fun. 5-pitch mix, knuckleball. Last time Vmar was in the game was 17, right? Ooh.
I think it was 18. It was 18 because he retired in 2018. Get your dad in the game, dude. I really wish he could be in the game.
I know, honestly. I was telling Chad earlier today that I used to use your dad's swing as my road to the show guy. That's what I would always run.
My thing is just like, if he's ever in the game, I really hope they don't screw up his card because, dude, they screwed up. Like, I feel like they could have gave Manny Ramirez his card like so sick. Like,
his card could have been juiced, but Darian, like, Ryan Howard's son, dude. Darian talked about it. He tweeted about it. Ryan Howard's MVP card is probably one of the most disrespectful cards I've ever seen in my life.
100%, dude.
His dad was a terror.
What?
He used to crush the Mets. That's when I was glued to the screen for every Met game, and I used to watch him and Utley just dominate, and randomly Pat Burrell, which we'll talk about that. He was like the nightmare for me because he always killed the Mets. But Ryan Howard deserved more respect than that. I mean, there's just no reason for there to be draft cards for guys who haven't really played yet, looking like Barry Bonds, and then Ryan Howard MVP card is like the 37th best first baseman. It just makes no sense. It feels unnecessary.
Yeah, no, like, playing competitively, like, and I'm trying to win. Like, there will be more switch hitters than
100%.
They're not being,
Well, it depends if they print out switch hitters that are unreasonable, like they have, like a Brian Reynolds when he hits like 230 getting a max card, Ian Happ, or like a Tim Raines with power. If there's going to be guys like that, of course, but I'm hoping maybe they kind of go more true to form. Ooh. Oh, got some wheels on it. Like, I would like to see, like, back in the day how I used to have, like, everyone wanted Tony Gwynn because guys didn't look like Tony Gwynn with max contact and vision. Like, you couldn't really find that other than for him. I kind of want to see more of that. Get back to, power guys being power guys, well-rounded hitters being very rare, but, like getting a Griffey. Like, Griffey should be one of the few guys like Griffey. And, like, even using your dad as an example, like, he could hit from both sides of the plate. He was actually a really good switch hitter. That should be harder to get. That shouldn't, because most switch hitters are very weak on one side.
Yeah.
Compared to the other, at least.
Dude, my dad's card, like, would be so elite, bro. Like I'm not even one to how to pick the right year. I was talking to him because my teammates and I had this conversation all the time because we all play MLB the Show. And somebody asked me the other day, like, Vic, like, what do you think your dad's card would be? Or, like, would it be like a milestone? Would it be and I told them, if they want to give my dad the best card possible, it would have to be like the Silver Slugger from 2014.
Yeah, you and I were talking about that.
Or like some kind of card. Like my dad has 400 doubles. They gave Carlos Santana a 400 doubles card this year. But in 2007, my dad hit 300, drove in 114, and had like 40 doubles that year. So like
that card would be a dog.
Yeah. So it's you know, like he would be so fired. He would be so fired to use.
2010's baseball, it was just special. There was something uniquely distinct that separated from current decade baseball and then early 2000s baseball. It was just like different. I don't know how to explain it. They would play different.
I agree. Like, dude, oh my Lord, get out. Like if I were to build that, dude, that's why I feel like I sometimes get upset because Diamond Dynasty is genuinely the best, like, ultimate team mode for sports games, in my opinion, right? They, like, it's good, but it could be so much better. I don't know how all the licensing and stuff for the players goes, but, dude, like, can you, like, my dream team, right? Like, for the 2000s and everything, like, it would be, like, I'd probably put my pops catcher, right, at first. Like, super glad that Pujols is getting back in the game.
Yeah.
Pujols, second base, like Cano, shortstop, A-Rod, third base, I love Adrian Beltre. Always loved Adrian Beltre. It's one of the nicest guys ever. His son, his son AJ Beltre is really good too.
God, why do all these pros have great sons? Like usually, like there's no one that turned out like Marcus Jordan, like Michael's son. I feel like all the guys, like, I feel like baseball players' sons are just prolific. It's great to see because it's like it's kind of like a nice balance of nostalgia, but like it's future proof. You actually get to watch another talented baseball player at the same time. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. Center field, I'd put like Mike Trout. Left field, obviously Barry Bonds, like the greatest baseball player to ever touch a bat. Like,
amen.
And then DH, like Miguel Cabrera or like Big Papi. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's a team and a
like
half.
that. Like, dude, what? That's and like it'd be so usable because like shrinkage is gone.
Yeah, I know. More of a team here. Oh, ask him why the 2011 Tigers kept pitching to Nelson Cruz in the ALCS. Oh, man, no. Not that. We're talking about pro hitters. Nelson Cruz got to be up there. I mean, he was raking into like his 40s. He was still hitting pretty damn well. Yeah, no, he was that guy, bro. Nelson Cruz, oh my Lord. There's some pro hitters, man. Guys that just got it done.
Dude, he was all those guys. Dude, all those guys are just so because my dad says, right, like, mind you, my dad could say it because, like, I guess, like, well, he did it, right? He says it's like it's one thing to get to the big leagues because, like realistically, like anybody could get to the big leagues, but it's another thing to stay in the big leagues. Like that's a whole other thing. Like playing 10 years in the big leagues. Like so, when my dad got when my dad got on the Hall of Fame ballot in 2 years ago, they send the Hall of Fame sent him a card like, oh, congratulations being on the ballot and whatnot. And there was some percentage that I'd be lying to you if I told you what the number said, like I would probably be lying to you. But like it was like 0 point something make it to the big leagues. 0 point like something crazier, play 10 years in the big leagues. And then something even crazier than that was like getting on the ballot.
Yep. I remember a couple years ago, Eduardo Escobar made he got the 10 years service time, and like they had a big thing for him, big celebration. And I was like, oh, I never really thought about that, but they put it into perspective how crazy it is to do that and how important it is. They had like a little party for him after. That's like super sick. Like a decade in the big leagues, man. Like it's hard to even hang around for a season or two.
Dude, yeah. I mean, dude, once you get to 10 years in the big leagues, the pension that you get is fucking crazy.
It's fat.
Oh, get
that
out.
Swing was fat. God, Chipper's been raking. I feel like I've seen Chipper hit a no-doubter like every other at bat. They're gone.
Oh, they're gone.
They ain't watching that land. All right, let's get another one in here, bro. I got time for another one.
For sure. No, yeah, me too. Whatever you want. So like, it's just stuff that you can't control. Like, dude, like we don't ever like to put what ifs because like what ifs don't that's never like that doesn't exist. But dude, like if my dad never got hurt, like he could have played a lot longer. Like a lot longer.
And
like,
that hit him later on, though, right? Like he wasn't, as far as I'm aware, remember, he wasn't struggling with injuries like throughout his career. It just sort of kind of once they hit, right?
Yeah, it would just happen. But my dad also played through so much shit, and like that's the stuff that people like behind closed doors like behind those doors, like they don't see. Like 2016, my dad played with a hernia from June all the way till the end of the season.
Is his dad in the game? Bro, we honestly don't know, but I really hope so. I've been saying for a couple years now, well, I can cross Beltran off the list, but his dad was on the list, still on the list. And who else did I have? I mean, randomly, like my random pick is Bobby Jenks. He did recently pass away, which it would be extra cool to have him in the game for that reason alone, just kind of honor him a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that would be sick. I hope so. We don't know. They have a lot of legends left in the bank that they haven't discussed, that they haven't revealed yet based off of their blogs, but who knows? It would be sick. But yeah, playing through injuries, and then we know teams get kind of weird sometimes with like clearing players, and then who knows if they're trying to like hush on that. I don't know. But we hear stuff like what happened. I don't know exactly what happened with this, but with Anthony Rizzo and the Yankees and all the concussions he had, that whole thing was weird, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what was up with that. He had like so many concussions, and then he was like cleared to play when he clearly wasn't okay.
Oh my gosh, dude! I think Tulowitzki's gonna be so fire in MLB.
He's gonna be sick. He's gonna be sick. I don't think he's the main collection anymore. I think they got something up their sleeve. But if that's the case, if he's not the main, that means there's someone pretty damn fire that's gonna be the main guy. I don't know.
You know, Chev, I was telling my friend when I saw. I don't know if Pools is gonna be the live series collection or not. Like when I saw that, I was like, shoot, like it just sucked because the first thing that came to my mind was like, dude, this shrinkage shit, like it's gonna be so annoying. Like when you get to the higher level, spam sliders, spam. When I saw that, I called my friend. I'm like, dude, now Pools is actually gonna like gonna be unreal to use.
Yeah, now he's gonna be a dog. It looks. I think he's gonna be. If I had to guess, not much of a betting man, but I'd probably put him as the NL guy. I mean, the easy guess is him at NL, Felix is AL, you got a pitcher and your hitter, and then you got someone who's like a 5-tool guy as the main.
A-Rod. I really hope they're hiding A-Rod.
That would be great. I think that they've had enough so far to not have to reveal A-Rod early. But I think they did with Beltran, right? We didn't know about Beltran until like the day before. Makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, like,
I really hope so.
God, A-Rod was such an animal, man. He's gonna get in the game. If he's in the game, he's gonna get a great card at some point. But that real 99's always gonna be good. It's gonna be off rip. You're gonna have the most insane version of him. Oh, look at that. Oh, I thought he was gonna gun me out. I'm going back. Which A-Rod version? Okay, now you want to get into the specific. This used to be the case, the specifics. So the best A-Rod's always Mariners A-Rod. He's the best all-around A-Rod. But Rangers is like damn good too. A little more power, a little less speed. And then Yankees A-Rod, just a pure hitter.
Absolute pure hitter.
Just hitter.
If you're asking me, I would probably take the A-Rod from when he first like got on the Yankees, because that A-Rod was he was still like very athletic, but dude, the numbers he was. I mean, I know in Texas he was putting up some unreal numbers. Also,
there's no bad A-Rod. Put it that way.
No, there isn't. I just feel like the card design for the Yankees one would just be, it would be way too sick.
Yeah. I still think it's so funny that he had to play third base because Jeter couldn't. But he was still the best shortstop on the team. God damn, that was loud. This team is not staying, bro. They're already slide stepping in the first. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
There's no way they're staying. It's 5-0.
When I saw the 90 Bigi, I was like, yeah, no, these guys are.
Yeah, that's it. And this is the co-op. I feel like we spent more time in queue the last 2 games than we've actually been playing it because of the.
We've actually been playing, yeah.
It's only gonna get worse because we're going higher up. I remember when you and I talked about this a couple like a month or 2 ago. We discussed this and we were talking about the game, and you mentioned that was something that you really want to see. And it's interesting because they say every year like over 500 new animations, and like I'm not gonna talk about whether or not they did or didn't. I just want to know, like, is that even possible? Like, how many animations could you possibly even add like every year? Like over 500 like new ones? And like, where are they? Are they like micro animations? Like they slightly move a little different? Because I would like to see more personalization. Like they added a couple years ago Javi Baez's no look tag. That was sick.
Yeah.
More shit like that would be really cool. That to me is more important than graphics, because the graphics crowd talks about immersion. That to me is much more immersive than like seeing every pore on a guy's face and all their pimples and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't do it for me. It's more like
100%.
Their play style.
Yeah, like, dude, what? Like, this is a specific throw. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's gonna go.
I feel like the guys that we're playing right now like genuinely are a bit better. So, you know, I could just tell from their lineup. Hopefully, the only way this game ends early, I feel like
Do you think they consider batting senses animations because we see the same ones year in and year out? I think they do.
I heard that they don't. So I heard in one of their streams that they don't.
That they consider like animations like what? What would it even be?
Like that's. But going back to what you were saying, like what animations are you talking about?
Yeah.
Then? You know, like fielding a ground ball, like throwing, like
Get down.
oh, stay fair. Yeah.
Sammy's the other one, man.
Sammy's so fire. He's so fire. Like, what was it? The year that he came out, I used him so much. He was so good.
Yeah, he was the NL guy. Yeah, he's going to benefit a lot too from getting rid of that shrinkage because he's like, dude, you get a slider from him. Good luck.
Knowing like what players think about, like, and how they think about doing their things, and I don't want to send him. You know, like there's little stuff that like a lot of people don't really not understand, but just don't really like think about, like stuff with timing, like, you know, having rhythm, like while you're hitting. That's stuff that people don't really like know about. There's definitely people that at San Diego studios, like they're just tech guys, you know, and it's nothing towards them. Like they're just tech guys that have no idea what any of this stuff is. Like they just try and replicate the batting stance by just looking at it. Like, and that's something that, like, for example, like you know how you can, like, in Road to the Show, like customize like your own, like you can customize a batting stance, right? Dude, I will go in there and I will actually like
adjust everything,
like customize to what I think it is, and it looks 10 million times better. My dad would play FIFA at times.
That's hilarious.
Like, well, not at times, like a bunch before the games. Like would play FIFA, like, and it would be so funny because like he'd be playing in front of the reporters because the reporters would come in like usually right before BP, and he'd like throw a controller. Fuck. Like, it's just hilarious.
How does he feel about media? Did he have any? How was his relationship with the media when he played?
Some are really good, some are really bad.
Yeah, I feel like it would be annoying to know someone who's clearly just there to get a story on you and frame you in any bad light. That's probably like, it takes a lot of self-restraint to not go after people like that. I'd get pissed.
Yeah, no, there was a guy in Detroit that, oh my God, made my dad look like the worst human being ever. And it was horrible because then the players actually grabbed. And at that point, my dad was already in the league for a while. My dad, he didn't give a shit. But there was a few players that grabbed him, like grabbed the reporter, like not like, you know, they like hit him or abused him, but like they embarrassed him, all the other reporters that were in there.
Oh man, I mean, listen, you gotta learn your lesson somehow. It's tricky. He was not in, I would say, for the most part, like in a super, like he wasn't in New York media. You know what I mean? Where it's like notoriously brutal.
Not at all. Like my dad, no.
Because some people prefer that. Some players have talked about that. They like prefer this, like not small market necessarily, but not like the main like LA or New York media where it's brutal.
Yeah, no, oof, like brutal. But just how there's also players that like that kind of stuff also. You know, like yeah, like it's. I mean, it's just how it is with everything. There's some players that would make it out to seem on the media like they were these amazing people and weren't necessarily the best, and then just like the complete opposite of where like they make people look bad and like they are not that at all.
I have to ask, you could obviously decline to answer this question. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but were there any players that you were like a fan of, or maybe not idolized but close to it, that once the curtain was revealed a little bit, you got behind the curtain, you were like, damn, they're kind of a piece of shit? That ever happened to you?
Okay, with me, no. And only because I was Victor Martinez's son, you know, like no one ever treated me like shit.
That's nice to know.
Right? But like there was some players that, like for example, like the kids of the trainer, like it wouldn't be the same, you know, and like I saw that, you know, so like I can't really remember, like, you know, I won't name him or
you don't gotta name names,
but yeah, like it happens, you know, like I went to Cooperstown when I was young, and then once people found out that my dad was it was unreal. Like, oh my God, Victor is on, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think of what it is for a lot of people, right? Like, especially if you're a huge fan of baseball and you're growing up, like you have this inclination to want to believe the people you watched and admired are also like really sick people. And I think that's where a lot of disappointment comes for some people when they find out that maybe they're just like kind of shitty people who are just really good at a sport, which can happen, right? Which can happen. But I would assume most guys are just normal or nice or both. Might be a few Rendones.
Anthony Rendon probably does really like baseball and love baseball, but there's the other stuff that comes with it that is just like, you don't know it until you're in it. You know what I'm saying? There was one time, Chev, leaving out of a game in Detroit, dude, we were leaving out of a game, and dude, like, when you go out, right, like when you go out of the parking lot or anything, like there's a million fans like outside wanting to autograph. You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like some people don't realize that they're just human beings. Like, yo, like there was one time my dad didn't want to stop to give autographs. Like, you know, I mean, dude, like think about all the times that those players in general have to sign. You know, having a tough day going, let's just say 0 for 4, and then like, dude, not being with your family 24/7, like, you know, not being with your wife, not being with your kids, like all that stuff mixes in, right?
100%.
And then, like, you know, it can get very irritating. And on top of that, going over, losing a game for your team, like it's not cool, bro. Like it's not cool. And there was one time my dad just didn't want to stop to give autographs, and a fan kicked his Rolls Royce, and my dad stopped and got out of the car and got in his face and like, yo, what is wrong with you, and this and that, and like,
that's never okay.
And like
people who are entitled to something, man, or feel like they are. That's the problem. I think one of the things I would imagine is you're not going to get too much coverage of all the times you do something nice, but you absolutely will get coverage on the one time you don't.
You know, like there's stuff that, you know, that just people don't think about, man.
100%.
Like look, don't get it wrong. Like being a big leaguer and being it, like, it is fucking awesome. Like it is so cool. Like, and especially like, you know, my dad was really good. Dude, like it was awesome. It was awesome. But like there are some stuff where like, holy shit, dude, like they go through stuff that like people don't really realize, and that stuff is like that, like stuff like that, like that stuff was not cool, dude. Like
not at all. Now that we're talking about this, what do you think, if you had to take a best guess, being a little more educated on this than a lot of other people, give me a little insight on what happened with Rendon, if you had to just speculate, like, because you talk about, you might not know the full story. This might be a lot more going on. I agree. I
also think like organizations have like a big part to play. Like I don't know anything about the. Oh my god,
that's a bomb. I was actually gonna say, I think, not to remove all responsibility from Rendon here, but I don't think what happened with Rendon happens if you put him on many other teams. I don't think it goes down that way.
100%. There's a lot of things like you guys go through like as rookies, right? So that they go through, and like you have to do, like you like rookie year, you have to, like on the last road trip of the year, you have to dress up like a Barbie doll, like you know, like you have to get coffees for the big leaguers, like all that kind of stuff. Like you got to go through it. But when you're 10 years in the big leagues, 11 years in the big leagues, like, and it's not just that, right? It's not just that. Like there's other stuff that you know, like, dude, like the organization, like, dude, organizations can be like, at the end of the day, it's a business, right? Like it's a business, you know. Like I asked my dad this question: does he miss playing baseball? And my dad says no. Like I don't miss the playing of baseball. I don't miss the business side of baseball, right? But like what I do miss is like being in the clubhouse with the guys. Like that's the one thing, like the camaraderie, like that's what he misses, you know. But it's like the playing, the business, like no, because it involves.
So would you say he might miss baseball but not pro baseball? Would that be a way to put it? Like the way this is sport, because he likes to be around the sport, clearly. Like he still loves the sport.
Yes. Like, okay, so let me put it to you like this, right? So like yesterday, Team Venezuela went to go take pictures out there in center field, right? Like, you know, the team pictures and everything. And right when they're walking out, Dominican Republic is getting off, and they all started like joking around and this and that and blah blah blah, and like, dude, like my dad is talking to Pujols, Vladdy, like that stuff is like what he misses, like the genuine like human connections, the friends that you make. I mean, you know, playing baseball, like the friendships that you make is something that it's unbelievable. It's awesome. Like, I mean, dude, you're around people that are doing the same thing as you, like, and they experience the same things that you experience in a world where not everyone's a big leaguer. Not everybody knows what it's like to play in front of 40,000 people, be famous. So it's like you get close. That's the thing that he misses. But the organizations, the all this and that, like Like that's the stuff that he does not.
Yeah, because we all know this.
Out,
I mean, not to disrespect other teams or certain people who are doing their job, but like it's not a secret. Some teams have better facilities and team management and better personnel than others. Like as an example, like the Mets were known for a while before the coming of Steve Cohen of having a pretty damn poor training staff and rehabilitation program and not having the best overall injury management, like so many injuries. And going in that same lane here, the Angels, I wouldn't exactly call them a world-class organization. I mean, look, even most recently, they're not even televising their spring training games. Like, yeah, it's hard to separate what happened with Rendon from that organization in itself. Like Eagle said earlier, it 100% played a part, at least, in what happened.
What's the difference between then and when he was in Washington? You know, like
what happened?
What was no, like that's my point. Like,
exactly.
You never heard of any you're never heard anything like that of Rendon, like of him doing any of that kind of stuff in. Like all that stuff plays a big factor. Like when in 2018 whenever it was that my dad found out that teams actually tank, like to get well at that time, like if you had the worst record, the number one draft pick, like, you know, it's no secret that organizations do that, you know, like it's no secret, like, and it's in every sport. When my dad genuinely found out that he was so utterly gutted, because it's like all he knows, and especially in Detroit, was playing to win. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing he knows. Like nobody plays, and this isn't just baseball. Like I mean, you don't play MLB the Show, Chev, to lose.
No.
You know, like nobody does that. Like you want to win, and this is where like the bad side of baseball that people just don't necessarily understand. Like look at the whole Tarek Skubal situation. Like that's the guy, right, that is gonna take you to win a World Series, Tarek Skubal, right?
Yep.
And you're over here saying all this negative shit in his arbitration deal just because you want to pay him less.
It burned the Brewers with Corbin Burns. We'll see how that works out. But I remember he said when they interviewed him after the fact, after the hearing was over and he won, that he'll never look at the organization the same way after that. Like the team, there's just never going to be this. That relationship is irreparable. The bridge has been burned to some degree. It's not the same. And it's shit like that matters. And if I had to guess, if you're paying me to be Rendon's lawyer, or like a PR person, I should say, to kind of defend him a little bit, I could say that the Angels looked a little bit scarred from how the Pujols contract didn't work out, and were worried that Rendon was going to be another one of the sort, and just started building this defamation campaign in a way to make him look bad, to kind of get him out, because the Pujols deal didn't work out. They put a lot of money into Pujols, and he didn't do particularly well with them after a year or two, and they kind of couldn't get away from that. Even though a lot of that was their fault, they didn't really need more bats. They've always kind of needed pitching, but that was more true with the Rendon signing than it was with the Pujols one. But yeah, either way, like it's just, yeah, these are things that you have to think about. Like obviously you know that, but it's something that I find interesting, but not in like a great way. Like I'm not excited that this stuff happens, but I find it interesting because like a lot of people tend to ignore this when discussing, and they think very black or white. Like Rendon is just someone who hates baseball, or no, the Angels are just entirely bad. I think there's a mix of both.
There's 100% a mix of both. Like, and I could tell you, like, you know, holy shit, my dad just called me. I'll call him later.
Tell him you're busy laying the Spankies down in co-op. He'll understand.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like it's Chev, it's a lot of things, dude. Like it's, you know, my dad said, like, he goes, bro, like there's just stuff that I'm you know, not gonna take shit anymore. Like I've played the game for too long, like, and I've earned my stuff to be where I am. Like I'm not gonna let them do whatever they want with me, not anymore, you know, like. And oh my
gosh, that's a nasty one. Yeah, that's a 1 in a million pitch there.
Yeah, and so yeah, like it's nuts, you know, like it's, don't understand.
Sure, guys.
Like, you know, unless you're really in it.
Last
like,
warning.
You know, dude, like that whole Skubal stuff, like it's just, and it's not the only time, you know, but like, bro, like you want that guy to help you win a World Series. You want that guy to do everything. And
I know, running him out of town like that's weird to me.
Yeah, like, dude, like that's why you can't get mad about what the Dodgers are doing. Like, because like,
yeah, you're right.
people get mad, right? People get mad, and like it's very understandable, right? Like as a fan. But when you have the players going out and defending that, like, because like no, bro, no. The first thing you hear about the Dodgers isn't even about the money. It's about how much of a world-class
Right,
because
exactly.
they're a world-class organization to their players. They're a world-class organization to the families, Chev. To the families. That's the one thing people don't like. They won't get, because yes, at the end of the day, you make the money and you're the one playing and you're getting on.
Yep.
Your families, they're normal human beings, dude. And that's where the Blue Jays are also a world-class organization.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark Shapiro, who, he's unreal. He was the GM for the Indians when my dad was president of baseball ops there. And he's the reason my dad was with Toronto, and he's the man. But that's stuff that people don't get, Chev.
That's the big one.
If you that's such a big thing, because if your family's comfortable, if everything you're doing is comfortable for you, you can in theory go out there, play a lot more relaxed than what you think. And that on its own will help you play better.
100%. That's what I'm seeing with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I think something that people should really pay attention to with the Dodgers, going along with your point, is that so many players want to be there, and they'll even take a discount to come back, and all they do is talk about how great of an organization it is. It's something that's important to see, and I think, forgive me, I forget his name, but he was a prospect, young player, very promising for the Dodgers, but he had a lot of mental health struggles, and he was schizophrenic, and he was at one point homeless. I forgot what his name is. Someone can remember this for me. But the Dodgers...
Is it not Andrew Tolles?
That's what it is. Exactly him. That's his name. He was still being covered by the Dodgers and their insurance. Just as they didn't have to, obviously, but as a courtesy to him, to his family, that is the kind of stuff that really goes a long way. Knowing that these teams at least equal the respect that you show them, they show it to you back. But knowing that they kind of want you there. You know what I'm saying? That matters. That's why they're getting all these players to come back. Family, like you said, matters a lot. Look what happened with Soto. One of the things that was reportedly a decision, or factored into his decision, it was a big deal breaker for him, was that the Mets were willing to give him and his family a suite every game for his family, but the Yankees were not. It's that family matters a lot to many players. Many players.
100%. One thing...
DJ, thank you for
my dad loved his time in Detroit. With all his teammates, Miguel and all the people. But one thing that he was very upset about, very, 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 was that year in 2016. Chev, my dad played with a hernia, and mind you, my dad, first of all, was not the fastest person. Right. I think it's statistically proven that my dad was one of the slowest people ever in 2016, right? But he played with the hernia. Right? For 4 months, 5 months, whatever it was. And Chev, my dad would hit a ball in the gap in Comerica. He could not run, and he would get booed, bro. He would get booed. And what made my dad so upset was that the team didn't go out and defend him. And it wasn't until after the season where it came out that my dad got surgery for the hernia, saying, Victor Martinez had a hernia surgery. How is that, as a human being, taking out the baseball, as a human being, how does that make you feel? You're putting your blood, sweat, and tears towards something you're all you want to do is win a championship for the city and this and that. And they can't even go out there and defend you, and you're getting booed because you're not playing good. And my dad always said, if you don't want to get booed, play better.
Right. 100%. That's a good logic.
But that's something that you just can't control.
So what exactly is it, if you had to say, would it be why wouldn't the team come out and talk about it? Is it a disclosure thing? They don't want to talk about injuries unless it's on a formal level where you're listing it, or is it what is that? What's going on?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you because if you really look at it, how oh my gosh, it came out the other day, even in basketball. I think James Harden or somebody, I don't know, I could be wrong, but somebody got hurt really bad, or they have a broken hand or something, but they're gonna play through it. It came out before of somebody played with a broken thing, but he's gonna play through it. My thing was that and my dad, why couldn't they just do that for him and do that for him? What's the difference in that?
Because you can't really go, we didn't know. People are booing. 40,000 people booing. You can kind of see this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Dude, and he could mind you, everybody knows my dad was not fast at all. And on top of that, having a hernia, Dude, my dad says, how hopeless it felt, hitting a ball in Comerica Park and, in the gap, and not being able to get to second base.
Right. Especially being someone who hit so many doubles in his career.
Exactly. Like, and then like the fans booing you. It was tough, dude. It was tough. Like that's the part that people don't really.
So provide a little
like,
context
really.
here for the hernia, though, if you know. What was your dad's reasoning for playing through it? Did he just feel like what was that?
Because
the background here.
I mean, he was having a really good year. Detroit had a really good team that year. Really good offensive. Like my dad played through so many things. In 2015, he tore his meniscus and he could have got the full surgery, but he would have had to miss another year. But he got some part of a surgery to repair a little bit, and he played through the whole year. And he didn't have a good year in 2015, but he just wanted to play.
So like obviously, as many people know, injuries never happen at like a good time or the right time or like, oh, this is the best time for this to happen. Most of the time it happens at the worst time. So for him, the hernia, he was just like, I'm already locked in. We have a pretty good squad, right? Like, just gotta deal with it, and then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And then he's doing that, which is obviously admirable. And the team's just sort of like, I mean, they know, right? I'm assuming he's getting treatment for this to whatever degree you can get treatment. I'm not a business guy for baseball in that sense where I would know anything about how I would approach that, but I'd like to imagine like at some point in a presser, you just go, hey, listen, like if Victor's playing through this, that, and the third, not like cut him some slack, but just say it so people know and they'll naturally get it to like lay off a bit. Because I know from watching the Mets and seeing a lot of Yankees coverage, like if that were to happen in a Mets or Yankees situation, it'd be like watching Giancarlo try and run, but no one's talking about how he's actually hurt. We just have to guess. Like obviously they're gonna come out and say something. I feel like that would make you'd have to do that. Just so
Chev, you would think, right?
Yeah.
you would think, but so I think we were talking about it once. Like there's just no common sense sometimes from people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that's you would really think like, and you really think Giancarlo Stanton wants to play her. You really think Giancarlo Stanton? I see so many memes of Giancarlo Stanton not running. You really think Giancarlo Stanton in Game 7 of or something in the playoffs is just gonna half-ass it? No, those guys play 100. They sacrifice times with their family. They play 162 games. You think those guys want to lose? Like, no, dude. No.
And there's a little ego in there in a good sense where like they gotta have a little bit of pride in what they're doing, and like no one wants to be the guy out there who's shuffling around like a grandmother because he can't run. So when that instance happened when Stanton was going home and he got thrown out by 1,000,000 feet, and people were like, run faster. I've had a split take on this. So like my take is, one, he should never have been sent. That was the number one thing. Like, you know who's running. The other thing is like this is not necessarily a dig at Stanton necessarily, but people's critique of those making fun of Stanton were, oh well, that's as fast as he can run. No, it's not. That's not. He could definitely run a little faster. He would just rip his legs in half. The logic of a person like me would be, oh, I would just send it. If I tear something, I tear something. It's the World Series, whatever, or it's the playoffs, whatever it is. But I'm also not a fucking pro. You know what I'm saying? So who cares what I think? But the point is, it's inarguable. He should never have been sent. He has paper mache legs. He's on a bit of a restriction. Keep him there. And then you're also insulting the hitter after him. You don't think he could drive him in?
Yeah, no. And I 100% agree with what you're saying. But it's also like the competitive nature of those guys out there. Like you really think like in the playoffs, Game 5 in a do or die, like he's getting legs, like he's just gonna go. You know, he's gonna go with what he has. You know, it may not be the fastest, but he's gonna try and go.
Exactly.
You know?
It's a tough situation, but he's got a lot of things going on. Like he says he can't even open water bottles, bro, because like his tennis elbows are so bad. And dual tennis elbow is pretty crazy. I've seen it in one arm, both arms, but at different times. I've never seen someone get double tennis elbow at the same time. He does swing very hard, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, like
it would be cool, guys, to get more co-op games like this. I would enjoy
like
it.
Silverline, he's saying the Yankees didn't say that Anthony Volpe had a torn labrum until the end of the season. And what was Anthony Volpe getting shit for? Anthony Volpe's throws fucking suck. But they say that after the fact. You know, like why, dude? Why?
Yeah.
You know, like why?
It is interesting to not disclose that.
Guys are going to be competitive. Like the human nature of those guys. Like they're going to be. They're not. Like 162 games, like the only time they feel at 100% like is the first day of spring training, and then that's it.
Yep. I would imagine if I had to take a perspective from a team side, like put myself in their shoes, I would imagine one of the only reasons why you wouldn't disclose a Volpe injury like that is because the next a million lines of questioning is going to be
Is why is he playing?
right, and then
Why is he playing?
and then you get to that question, and then there actually are some closed door stuff to why he's still playing that you don't want to tell either the rest of the league or to the reporters or to whoever it is. It's kind of private, but you can't really, that would come across as a bad excuse. So therefore they just don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
But it does, that is an interesting perspective though. Why is he playing with a torn labrum? Like what's up with that? We don't, there could be so many reasons.
Yeah, no, 100%. Hold on, answering a question that somebody said here, like, you know, and now he's in pro ball, which is super cool.
Is he nasty? I haven't seen much about him, but I don't really, you know.
In like in real life or
yeah, is he
in MLB the Show?
both, I guess. But I meant real life to start.
Oh, real life, yeah, no, he hits, dude.
He hits?
He can hit.
Is he a first baseman?
No, well, he plays first, but he can play outfield, third base, like big corner guy.
Oh, so he's a righty. Okay.
Well, he's a righty. Yeah.
Well, is he hit righty too?
Yeah, he does hit righty.
Oh, okay. That's actually sick,
Yeah.
man. That'd be cool to see, you know, all you guys, all the kids in the league, bro. That'd be fire.
Well, I saw something the other day. It was dope as shit. If you look at the 2010 MLB All-Star game in Anaheim, Vladdy Jr. was there as a son. Carl Crawford was there as a son. Me, David Ortiz, his son, D'Angelo. Jackson Holiday was there as a son.
Crazy.
Like hilarious, bro. Hilarious. And there's a lot more that I can't really. Hilarious.
Nuts, man. I feel it's aging me. It's aging me bad, bro. It's really aging me bad. Because I remember watching these games and seeing the kids, and I'm like, wait, these guys are whole ass adults now, raking in like either high in college or in low pro ball. I'm like, damn, bro. Oh my god, there's gonna be some nasty ball players coming up, bro. Jeez. There we go.
Yeah, no, dude, it's honestly sick to see, cause like, and especially for me, like I grew up literally running around the playing wiffle ball and playing all this and that, and then to you know now playing against each other, like it's hilarious. Like you remember Shin-Soo Choo?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I played against his son Alan, and he's super cool dude. Like
I didn't even know he had a kid that played ball, man. I feel like I'm just discovering this stuff like real time. Is he around your age?
Yeah, no, he's playing at a JUCO also. I played against
the heck? You see what I'm saying though earlier when I said like it feels like the percentage of good ball players, really good ball players who had kids who also turned out to be really good ball players. I feel like it's higher for baseball players. Maybe I'm just making that up. Maybe it just feels pretty anecdotal, but like it seems that way. Like I don't remember seeing that many. I guess maybe you do in football and basketball.
No, and like usually a bunch, you know, a lot of those kids for like honestly like grew up in those clubhouses, so like they know what a major league swing is supposed to look like. You know, like they're like
around it.
Like they like yeah, and their dads being who they are, they know the game. Like
yeah,
like they know what it is. Like they know what the off the field stuff looks like.
Yep.
Like you know, they know they can trust them in that sense of where like that kid will be fine. Like after a game, like guys take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some people that like genuinely have no idea that exists. So like when they get to that, they're like, oh my gosh, like I had no idea that was a thing. Like
I didn't prepare for this.
Like it hits them hard. It hits them really, really hard.
It's nice to have that under your belt before you even start going on your own journey through high school, college, and whatnot. I see what you're saying 100%. Like it's a lifestyle, and not everyone's built for it. It's tough. We talked about it earlier. You got to be away from your family a lot of times, and especially like for your dad's case, right? And other players at similar times. Like they're starting their families either in the beginning or like right in the middle of their career, right? So they have very young kids as they're like in the middle and the heat of their career, and going back to what you said earlier, like that's why what your mom and other moms do, like they're just MVPs. Like they're picking up a lot of that while you know your dad's out there traveling. So it's a lot to think about. You got to kind of be all on board for that. Everyone's got to be there.
Like my dad my dad out of humility, like always says like, you know, that the reason I am what I am, like, you know, because like I was always with my dad on the field, right? Like on the field, like so like I grew up how to be, you know, I was very mature from a young age, and that was because of me being in the clubhouse, right?
Right, absolutely.
But like, you know, the actual life stuff and whatnot, like my dad always says, it was my mom, you know, my mom, because, you know, like she was the one who like another thing that people don't
like, you know, I say, you know, and I didn't really understand this, Chev, until I had this conversation with my little sister, who's 18, right? She was like for me, like the city of Detroit, the everything of Detroit, like I loved and I loved and I loved. But my sister Victoria hates Detroit, like the city, hates everything, and I was like, dude, like why? And she was like, what do you mean why? Like, because you were at the field 24/7 and that was great for you, but don't you ever come and think about me and what I did? I did nothing. There was nothing to do there was nothing whatsoever. And I was like, oh shit, like I never. And think about her, like I saw my dad at 7, but if the game was at 7 o'clock, right, my dad would leave. We would leave to 12:30, right? So my sister would only see my dad from maybe when he woke up at like 11. From 11 to 12, she would see him for an hour, and then after the game, and at that time games took longer, right? The games would end at 10:30, 11 o'clock. So and then like my sister would only see my dad for really 2 hours and a half of the day.
That's crazy, man. I mean, I think this is exactly the kind of stuff that I like to learn about. Like, I mean, it's cool to hear about your dad and his ball stories and you and what you're doing. I love that. Big baseball guy. But like, to me, learning what it is behind the scenes and what it's like being a human who plays baseball is super interesting, bro. And seeing like what you just said, you had a perspective shift when your sister told you that. I'm sure a lot of people today, you know, at least one or two things they heard today kind of made them think a little bit differently. And that's what I think is super sick. So, you know, it was fun as shit today, man. I appreciate you playing today.
Oh, man, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. You say a bunch of these, dude. I can 100% get D'Angelo.
Hey,
to
text
play.
me. You know where I'll be. We'll set it up. It's going to be a good time. And guys, make sure you keep a lookout for Vic, bro. He's going to be streaming the game. He's going to be popping off. It's going to be a lot of us doing stuff this year. So make sure you pay attention to that. And obviously, bro, have success in your real season. And it was a pleasure, man. Text me. You know where I'll be.
Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys. Seriously.